What up, passionate peeps? Welcome back to PPMTV. I'm Dean Bocari, and on today's free video training series on the 5 essential habits of highly successful modern entrepreneurs, what we're going to be doing is, first off, we're going to do things a little bit differently than we usually do here at PassionPressTV, because I don't want these different graphics and stuff popping up as I teach some of these really important skills and traits that you're going to want to develop if you're looking to create your own online business or align yourself with an industry based on what you love to do around your passion. So let's just bust things down and break it down in a very simple, easy to retain, easy to learn type of format. So that's why I created this cute little dry erase situation that you see going on here. So we're going to try something different. It's going to be fun, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and learn more and retain this information a little bit better rather than some word flying into your face. Okay? So what are these 5 essential habits of highly successful modern entrepreneurs? What is it that some of the people that put out these products or these programs or these services online or that market some of these things, why are they so much more effective? What is it that they're doing that prepares them even before they release the product, because they are so smart about the launch of the product that they constantly, constantly are achieving success on an ongoing, perpetual basis, and they love what they do? How much better can it get? So what I want to do is teach you what are these basic elements, character traits, values, habits that they put into play on a regular basis so that you can implement them and do them with your own business, your career, the industry you want to align yourself with, your product, your service, so you can have more of an impact and so that you can have more influence, and ultimately so you can generate more of an income with your passion. So what the hell does all that stuff mean? Let's break it down with the first essential habit of a successful modern entrepreneur. And that first essential habit is the habit of having a clear vision. Having a clear vision and understanding of what are the results that I'm after here? What do I want to create with this product? How much do I want to make? What exactly do I want to make? Who do I want to serve? Who's my target audience, my market? You know, especially when you're creating products and services and stuff like that online based around stuff you love, like you can really get lost in tunnel vision sometimes, because especially if it's something you're passionate about, because you're just so interested in it and you love doing it so much that you kind of get lost in the business and the marketing aspect of things, because you're enjoying yourself so much by doing what you're doing and creating the creative process. So like, for instance, when I was writing my book, you know, the writing aspect of it, no problem. I loved doing it, and I was just flowing because I really love writing. I love the creative process itself. But when it comes down to all the technical stuff and, you know, formatting the book and submitting it in this way and correcting the fonts, all that stuff, like, it just is not my thing. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm not a tech savvy kind of guy. I'm lucky because we're blessed with all this technology and it's new stuff and it's becoming more and more simple, but it's just not my thing. So I prefer to be out here talking to you guys. I prefer to be writing. I prefer to be out there stomping the yard. But you have to have a vision and a clear outcome of what you want to do before you really jump full-fledged, just jump right into it. Like, for instance, with Apple, for example, very cliche example that I'm using here, but you know, even when I was watching one of the documentaries that they made on Steve Jobs recently, and I pop it on Netflix, and the first thing that it starts off with is him saying, just straight up saying to the camera, like, hey, you know, one of the biggest things that people don't realize in the world is that you can identify what you want and you can kind of poke the world and something else will come back out on the other side. You can mold your own destiny is essentially what he was saying. Like you can have a vision for what you want, and then you can move in the direction of what you want. So once you've gotten a clear vision of exactly what you're looking to achieve with this particular product or information service program or continuity program or service or whatever piece of value that you're looking to create, once you've done that, so for instance, if you are shooting a video series that teaches people how to cook paleo style, right? And you're teaching 4 or 5 different meals. How do you structure that? What type of modules do you use? 1, step 2, step 3, these are the ingredients, this is how you prepare, this is what you need to do, this is what's considered paleo, this is not what's considered paleo. What do you need to teach them from step 1 all the way to the finished product? How do you bust that thing down and teach somebody who doesn't know a single thing about paleo cooking in this video series that you're creating? Okay, so once you've identified that, laid it all out, either on your computer or an app or just written it down old school style, then once you do that, then you move into another critical element and habit of highly successful modern entrepreneurs, which is to decide. Decide. To not just make a decision to do this, but to make a decision where you literally cut off the possibility of any other option but success. I'm a huge believer in that, like if you want to do something, then there is no other option B. Like some people talk about how, you know, always have a plan B and stuff like that. Well, I think that if you have a plan B, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So you have to decide that once you are in the process of, you know, once you begin and start doing this and jumping into this thing, you jump in with 2 feet. You jump in all the way, you know what I mean? And you have one plan. It's plan A, and it's a plan to win and to succeed and to create something that's highly successful that will allow you to live the life that you want to live so that you can make an income with your passion and you blur that line between work and play. So you really have to decide. Literally, the root meaning of the word decision is to cut off any other possibility. Like if you think of incision, there is no other option. You're cutting it off. So you're cutting off plan B, plan C, plan D. All those other options, gone. You have one plan, and it's plan A. It's plan success. Okay? So whatever it is that you want to do, fix your mind on that and start attacking it with laser-like focus. And the second part of this decision process is to act. You got to get out there and do. So now you know what your product is going to be, and then you decide that you're just going to jump into it headstrong. Now, by the way, if it doesn't work out or if things don't go according to plan, at least you can't say that you didn't give it your all. So when I say there's only plan A, I don't mean that you can't deviate or anything like that. We'll get into that here momentarily. But what I mean by that is just plan. You have to plan for success and prepare for any speed bumps along the way. If you fall down, you get back up. So back to that. We'll get back to that later, okay? So you have your vision. You know what you want. You know what you're after. Then we move into your decision to cut off any other possibility and jump into it headstrong and take action, right? And then we move into this third piece, this third element, habit of highly successful modern entrepreneurs. What is it? It's called having awareness. It's called being aware of what's going on. You know, what are the demands of your market? Who are the people that you're serving, and what is it that they're looking for? What are the problems that they have that you are going to solve for them with your product? For instance, going back to that whole paleo cooking thing, if you are designing like this video series, a cooking series that teaches people one by one all of the top 10 recipes on how to create healthy, fitness conscious paleo dishes, then how do you do that? You know, what are you doing to figure out what the best are? Are you just going to toss in like the top 10 favorite ones? You could do that. It's not very business savvy though. It's not very conscious of the marketplace. You're not taking a thoughtful, conscious consideration of what the people that you're serving are actually looking for. So what I would do in that instance is, jump onto a forum, talk to some of the authorities, the influencers in like this whole gluten-free paleo realm and subject area. Ask them, ask the people that jump on, people that subscribe to magazines. If you know anybody that eats paleo, you have to talk to these people. Do your research on the market that you're serving. There's an awesome website, by the way. It's called quantcast.com, and it's quantcast.com, quantcast.com. And what you can do is you can like take 3 or 4 of the top websites of the product or passion subject area that you're creating a product out of, and type in those websites. Any website that you type in to quantcast.com will actually spit out the exact demographics of the people that log on to that website. Awesome, awesome website to identify the needs of your marketplace, or at least the people that are in your marketplace. Once you understand who it is that you're serving, you can really better tailor your products and your services or whatever you're creating for the marketplace that you're serving. Okay? So that's the third piece, awareness. Being aware of what's going on, what are the dynamics, who else is creating similar products, all that stuff. You learn from it, and then you serve the best possible way that you can. Okay? Now this next piece is super duper 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 critical, and it's called flexibility. Flexibility. Listen, this is a fast-paced industry, guys, especially in the online business world with product creation and all these new technologies and different services. It seems like there's a new landing page website that pops up like every other day. So, you really have to be flexible when it comes to not only number one, the industry that you're working in, the business that you're building, your passion that you're building a business around. You have to be very, very flexible and aware of what are the changes that are happening. How do I adapt to those changes? If you are using an old website and all of a sudden things change, HTML5 is like the huge thing now. There is no other option. If you're using anything else, any other platform, then you are going to be left behind. You are not going to succeed. All those little things. And it seems like no big deal, but keeping up with the industry, being flexible, is a big deal. It is a big deal. Now, that's the first piece of being flexible. The second piece about being flexible and flexibility, this habit, is to be flexible enough to realize when things are not working. This is what I was discussing just a couple minutes ago. When you are creating a product, for instance, and you've gone from your vision, you knew what you wanted, and then you made the decision to take action and you started creating it, and then you were aware of your marketplace and the needs of your market and your target audience and the people you're serving. You created that product, but it didn't work. People didn't buy it. What do? Was it because your vision was tainted? Was it because it was something that you wanted versus what the marketplace wanted? Did you research it appropriately? It could be so many different things, sometimes so many that it's hard for us to really even determine. But the whole aspect of flexibility, when things don't go wrong, and things don't go the way that you want them to go, the way that your vision initially planned out, you got to be flexible enough to get back up and then reanalyze things. Look at things the way that maybe somebody else would, or from a different perspective, or to try to identify, what is it that I did wrong here? Hit that replay button. Just like after a game, for instance, they sit down and they hit replay. If it's a football game or any sports game or basketball game, whatever, after the game, especially when it's an important game, the best of the best, they're sitting down and they're watching, what is it that I did wrong? What is it that I can do better? What is it that I can do differently for the next game? What is it that I can improve upon? How can I re-strategize and retool so that I can crush it when I come back? Okay? So that's what this piece of flexibility is all about. That's what I mean when I say being flexible, to keep up with the fast-paced industry, and number two, to understand when it's time to refocus and re-strategize and not necessarily come up with something completely different, depending on your level of tweaks that you need to make, but to really think about, okay, if my purpose is to have a complete central platform of the top 10 best paleo food recipes, then where did I fail here? What is it that I did wrong because nobody bought the product? You know, you worked so hard on it. Trust me, I've worked hard in the past on stuff that just didn't sell. But that's the difference between people that just give up and say, oh crap, it didn't work out, I just can't do this. And the difference between people that get back up and say, okay, what did I do wrong here? How can I improve? What can I do differently? Who can I talk to and learn from? Which is the next piece of these 5 essential habits of modern entrepreneurs. And that's to be coachable. Modern entrepreneurs, successful modern entrepreneurs, have this habit that they've cultivated of coachability. It's a character trait, where they are coachable. Now, here's the thing. This is another two-part piece. There's two arms to this here. Number one is you have to learn to be a coach, right? And then number two is you have to learn to be coached. Sometimes we are really, quick to jump the gun on teaching somebody how to do stuff or to correct somebody when they're wrong, but when it's time, when the tables are turned and it's time for somebody else to correct us on what we're doing wrong or what we could be doing differently, then we just don't take that feedback appropriately. We don't learn from it, or rather we take offense to it. So it's really critical with this final aspect of the 5 essential habits of successful modern entrepreneurs that you really harness that power of coachability, the two-pronged power of it. Number one is to learn to be a coach, and then the second part of it is to learn to be coached, to take feedback and really think about, hey, can I do something with this? Appreciate the feedback if you get it from somebody, and really seek that feedback out. Seek it out. Find somebody that you can learn from. Find a mentor. Find somebody that you can perhaps even role model after. Who are the people that are already succeeding in the industry that you want to succeed in, that you want to become successful in? Because more than likely, somebody else has already done it. More than likely, more than a handful of people have already done it in the past. What can you learn from them? What are the best practices that all of them put into play? And how can you implement those into your own business or service or industry that you're working in, your own space, okay? So that's huge, to learn to be a coach and give feedback, but to learn how to take feedback as well, and to come back out of the whole equation having learned something and been stronger, or having felt this gratitude for serving somebody else and teaching them as their coach. So every good coach has a coach, by the way. So keep that in mind. And so those are those 5 essential habits of modern, successful entrepreneurs that are doing business, building products online, whether it's a physical product or if it's an information-based product. These are those 5 essential elements, these habits that they've harnessed and learned to implement within their daily lives. These are habits. That's what a habit is. It's something that you do daily. It's built stronger and stronger with use, with repetition. Okay? So it's really, really easy to break a habit. It's hard to build a habit. It used to be that I think 21 days or something like that it took to build an actual habit, to form a habit. that you unconsciously are doing every single day. Now they say that it takes 33 days or something like that. But in any case, it takes after a few weeks of the muscle building process of forming the habit of becoming a modern entrepreneur, by focusing on it enough every single day, it'll soon just become something where it's like, oh, cool. All right, I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this. Okay? You form a habit then. So, quick recap of these 5 essential habits of modern entrepreneurs. Number 1, have a clear vision, an outcome, a result, a goal of what you're looking to do with your product, service, program so you can have maximum impact, influence, and income. Then you move into your decision to take action. Then we talk about your awareness of your market, your surroundings, the space that you're working in, then to be flexible in this fast-paced industry that we're in today. And then finally, to harness your personal coachability and your exterior coachability on others so that you can really crush it with your passion in your life and in your business with whatever it is that you're doing, whatever industry that you're working within. All right, passionate peeps, I really hope that these 5 essential habits of modern entrepreneurs served you, and I really hope that you'll implement them into your daily routine as you are on this forging this road to success and embarking on this journey to building a business around your passion and becoming a modern entrepreneur and also a passionpreneur, So here's what I want you to do. As soon as this video is over, first I want you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and to jump on the email newsletter list so you can get all these updates on a weekly basis as we send them out. Next, what I want you to do, as soon as this video is over, make 2 simple decisions about the passion product that you're creating. Whatever product it is, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, make 2 decisions that are going to move you forward with the whole creation process or what you're looking to achieve by building that financial security around your dream job or passion product or whatever it is that you're looking to do. So again, as soon as this video is over, write down 2 simple decisions that you can make that are going to move you forward so that you can generate more of an income and impact, have more influence, and ultimately have that freedom that you're looking to achieve around a passion, business around your passion. Okay? And then the second part and final thing I want you to do as soon as this video is over is to write down the steps, the actual steps that need to be done in order for you to make those 2 simple decisions actually happen and go down in your life. Okay? And I'm a huge believer in don't ever set a goal or anything like that without actually doing something immediately towards achieving that. Okay, so as soon as you've written down those 2 simple decisions, what I want you to do is just do something really, really simple in order to just gain that momentum to get you going. Because if you just write something down and you don't really get up and start harnessing your focus and doing something, then it'll just be something else that you wrote down on a piece of paper and then you'll forget about it. It'll get lost in the mix and you'll file it away and then you'll wake up, 2 months from now wondering what the hell happened. So write it down, make those 2 simple decisions, and then immediately do something. Whether you need to email somebody or sign up and get your website started or call somebody, whatever you need to do to propel you forward in creating this product or service or program based around your passion, do it now. Thanks again for watching. I'm Dean Bocari, and I'll see you in the next video.